Okay, good news. Even though many of my videos are negative, they're not all negative. Here's something very positive. Robert, I'm going to screw his name up, so I'll just call him Robert. History professor and epic dungeon master inside a 40-year-long Dungeons and Dragons game. Holy cow.
I'm a history professor at the University of Western Ontario. I am a dungeon master for a campaign that has been going on for 40 years.
What began
Now that is awesome. But before we go any further in it, I want to show you that he has a daughter. Now listen to what he has to say about his daughter.
I have one daughter, and ever since she was a baby, she's been around this. I think maybe when she was 6 or 7 was the first time when she asked whether she could play. So she created a character as a fairy, and she still plays now. She's 20 years old. I mean, obviously, there's other stuff going on in her life, but she's been playing all the way through. The interesting thing happens when she starts dating and then her boyfriend wants to play. And of course, I have to tell her straight off the go, now, this relationship may not last forever, but the game's going to last forever. So get ready, because I'm anticipating a situation when you break up with him, I can't break up with him. So once I allow somebody to come into the game, I'm never ever going to stop them from playing the game. So sure enough, that situation happened. And so it can be a little bit awkward at times.
There you go. This guy, first of all, when he shows his daughter in this video, if you watch it, there's no wife. It is possible that she doesn't want to be recorded, but I suspect she's out of the picture. I suspect she saw that he's living his life for himself, and she probably left. His daughter still has a good relationship with him. And notice, he is telling his daughter up front, he is not throwing male players under the bus. He's not going to call them up and say, sorry, you can't come because you once dated my daughter and she doesn't like you. Now, this is awesome. This guy is doing something incredibly epic that I have to say only men really do. And he is someone who doesn't throw other men under the bus. Like most fathers are daughter worshipers, and they're hostile to men, and they're willing to sacrifice other guys. This guy is not like that. Okay, so that was the important part, the most important part to me. Now we'll get into the video.
in secret with a few friends has turned into a game that takes up much of Robert's life and most of his house. Robert has around 30,000 hand-painted figurines, countless custom-made pieces of terrain, and dozens of devoted players taking part in his campaign.
If you're going to keep a game going for 40 years, it's going to have to be a good game. If you're going to have people who are going to want to play and are going to want to fly in, you're going to have to offer a product that is going to be better than all the other alternatives that are out there. I can certainly say with confidence that this is the best Dungeons & Dragons game in the world.
Now, do you see what this guy, he says his whole house is basically devoted to this, which means, as far as I'm concerned, the wife is gone. That's why they're not mentioning her. She looked at that and she says, this guy's living for himself and not me, so I'm leaving. And this guy is having the time of his life. When you ask other men, they'll say, oh, I'm into philosophy or travel. No, this guy is living his life. When he has a job, when he's done his job, he has this killer hobby that other men flock to. They're flying in to play this. And so even the men he's dealing with probably are cut up from the average.
So if I'm playing for 10 hours a week at 52 weeks in a year, that means if I'm doing that times 40, that would be 20,800 hours.
How many minutes is that?
So if I figured that out in minutes, that would end up being 1.24 million minutes, I think.
Okay, see this guy's devoted his entire life to this. And when this guy dies, let me give him up here. When this guy dies, he'll die with no regrets. I want you guys to understand that.
I need a surprise roll.
That's really just the start. Almost every major decision in Robert's life is designed to keep the game going.
When I was buying a house, the most important part for me was getting a gaming space that I could use. My entire basement is my gaming area.
If he doesn't slow down, he's going to need a bigger house.
Now look at this. This is amazing. I mean, you don't even have to be into the game. Look at all the time. He loves every second. I want to show these guys. See these guys here? This is the opposite of whatever a loser is. These guys are winners. These guys are having the time of their lives doing the stuff that they love. And by the way, I know you guys say not all, but other than his daughter, if you watch this video, you won't see any women. So when I say Dungeons and Dragons is a guy's game, this is the reason I say it. These guys aren't keeping out women, by the way. What it is it's purely positive. He says, who wants to play this game? These are the ones who want guys. These people are the ones that want to play. They're guys, and they show up and they play. If there was a woman with any real interest, she'd be there. So I want to triple down on that, debunking that horseshit. Okay. These are winners. This is not just my idea of a winner. These are winners. These guys live in a first world country. They live easy lives, or at least I should say they're enjoying their hobbies. I can't speak for all of them. The guy's playing, he's living an easy life. The man who's the dungeon master. He has a job that's safe and easy. He comes and has the time of his life. This is what we're working towards as people. Having something to deal with other than danger and drudgery. Look at the effort he puts into it. It's not just the figurines.
Everything.
But what's the point of having so many figurines if you don't have any amazing terrain to place them on? Robert has no shortage in that department either.
I need to be able to adapt to wherever the party's going to go. That means that I need to have my green terrains. I need to have mountain terrain. I need to have all of my winter terrain, my arid desert terrains, my water terrains. If they're going to go into a town, now I need a town, okay, are they in a Roman town? Are they in an Anglo-Saxon town? Are they in an African town? Is it high medieval? Is it low medieval? So now I'm trying to be able to put out a village or a town for every one of these historical settings.
That is incredible. This man is all in. And this isn't a job, at least as far as I know. Whether he makes money off it or not, I don't know. But he's loving it. That's the point. He could be doing this for free. He's got a job, right? So this isn't being done for money. He's doing this because he loves this. And he's 100% devoted to it. Obviously, this guy isn't missing out by being a single father. This is incredible.
I can't put figurines on the table unless they are painted up to a certain level. That means that someone's got to do a heck of a lot of painting. And so that ends up being me. If you found me on an average day working on the game, you'd probably see me in my painting room, and I'm going to be spending 2, 3, 4 hours painting figs.
And there you go. Now, I'll put this in the description box. You guys can watch the whole thing at your leisure. I've said what I believe is important to say. That this is the true level of what man can reach. Trust me, he's doing something fantastic that other men enjoy. He's loving his life. They're loving playing with him. There's nothing else for this guy to do. He doesn't have to cure cancer or anything like that. This is what he's doing. He's entirely happy with what he's doing, living his life. And like I said, when this man dies, he will die with no regrets. And he's only able to do what he does because he's single and he doesn't care about getting with a woman. If he wanted to get with a woman, all this would go, every bit of it. This 40-year game would have to end. So it goes to show you we're not all the same in this case. And this is grade A humanity right here. Thank you, everyone.